Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Kieran.
Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders.
Nice fish, bud. Good job. Look at that. Chunky.
We got a northern pike minnow.
A northern pike minnow. That is something we don't get at home.
Nope.
Awesome, man.
Welcome back everybody. Happy Easter. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend, and I hope that with all the craziness going on, this video finds you all safe and healthy.
Yeah, since we can't be out fishing today, we're going to take a look at a few things in our tackle box. So let's get to it.
So before I get into what's in my tackle box, I want to talk a little bit about tackle box maintenance. Since we're all sitting inside, at least most of us are right now, it's a great time to go through your tackle box and get things in order. Just like the rest of your gear, your tackle box is an important piece of your equipment. You want to make sure that it's clean, that it's organized, and that it's ready for the fishing season. So we've done that in this weekend. I've gone through the tackle box. I've cleaned up some old lures. I've reorganized because things tend to move around a lot over the fishing season, and I've also taken an inventory of things that we might need that might not be in here anymore. So because we like to go pike fishing, we need a lot of steel leaders. Obviously, we need a healthy supply of spoons, and so I want to make sure that we have all that available for when we finally get back out to fishing this year. So with that, let's go through some of my favorite things in my tackle box. So starting with my tackle box itself, this is an old Plano model. I've had this for a long time. Again, if you take care of these things, they can last a long time. I think I've had this one for about 20 years. It's the same model that my dad actually had, although his is a different color and has a few different features. It's been very great for organizing everything that I need for fishing. One of my favorite things to start out with are my spoons. We primarily go pike fishing, as many of you seen in our videos, and so we have a lot of spoons. Of course, a lot of those are Len Thompsons. We've got the classics, the red and whites. We've got white and reds. We've got white and blacks. We've got some other variants of Len Thompsons. We also have the classic 5 of diamonds. And most recently, when we did our Len Thompson tour, we picked up this new one, which we're pretty excited to use this year, which is the Fire 5 of diamonds. So lots of Len Thompsons in here. They work great for pike. They work great for other fish as well, but we primarily use them for pike. And I've been using these all my life. We've also got quite a few soft baits, and Kieran will probably talk about these, but also some of our favorites. We've got a couple different varieties of these soft baits from the dollar store. This one we haven't used yet, but we're looking forward to trying out this year. This is a pike variant. And so those are some of my favorite lures. I've talked about our Len Thompsons, but I haven't actually talked about our favorite Len Thompson. Of course, that is our own Angling Spiders Len Thompson lure. If you haven't picked up one of these bad boys yet, we are giving another one away right now. So all you need to do is comment below this video on what the favorite item you have is in your tackle box, and your name will be entered in a draw to win one of these. We'll pick it later in a couple months, and we'll send it out. So the Angling Spider lure is not the only lure that we're giving away. We're actually launching another contest where we're giving away one of these 3D printed lures. We made these earlier in the season. If you haven't seen that yet, feel free to check it out. We haven't been able to try them yet, but we're really looking forward to it. And if you'd like to get your hands on one of these, just by commenting on this video, you'll also be entered to win one of these. And if you'd like another shot to win, send us a picture of your favorite lure or even your tackle box to our email address at anglingspiders@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough to win one of these later in the season, we will paint it up in whatever design that you choose, depending on our artistic abilities. So we're really looking forward to that. So I've talked a lot about lures, and of course lures are very important when you're fishing, but anybody's tackle box obviously has other things in them. One of my favorite things that we have, particularly when we're out fishing and we intend to keep some fish to bring home, is one of these mesh floating gloves. Important to have so you don't have to worry about cutting yourself when you're cleaning your fish. Easy to clean and easy to store in your tackle box, so another great addition. So the next couple things I want to talk about are important to me, but they also have some sentimental value. Like me, I'm guessing many of you have inherited some of your fishing gear over the years. For me, a lot of it came from my grandfather and my father. And unfortunately, my father passed away a couple years ago from cancer, but we had a lot of great years of fishing together, a lot of great memories, and I have some of his old gear in this tackle box. The first one is his old filleting knife, which has been sharpened and used many, many times, to the point where it's quite small, and in fact, that is why it is such a great item. It's great for filleting smaller fish like perch. It's also extremely sharp still, and so it's great when you're trying to debone a fish, or you're basically trying to clean something that's relatively small and you don't want a larger knife. So this is a great one for me. The second one was actually given to me by my father, and that is my fishing logbook. And so if any of you have a fishing logbook, I encourage you to keep it. Great way to record the fish that you catch, a great way to record where you were at the time and also what you were using and the conditions. And I've gone back to this, and it's surprising how much you forget about, you know, the various times that you went fishing, the number of fish you caught, etc. And yet, if you have one of these books, it can very clearly show you not only what you were using and the conditions at the time, but also give you some memories. Just an example from this one, I've got an entry in here back to September of 1999, and here's a day that I was out fishing with my dad. I caught a total of 18 pike in East End, in the exact same spot that Kieran and I were fishing in East End in our East End episode. I was using a blue Rapala that day. The fish were in the deep areas, and interestingly enough, that was our annual fishing tournament that we used to have. And so I've got a note here that says, annual fishing tournament, Dad caught 18 fish, I caught 18 fish, but I won with the largest fish of the day, a 4-pounder, an 8-pounder, and 1/12 that we touched the leader on. I am the champion 3 of the last 4 years. So great memories. Love having this book in here. And I really encourage you guys to have one of these to record the memories and to record your fish. So that's some of the favorite things that I have in my tackle box. Now, let's see what Kieran's got in his.
Okay, so now I'm going to be going over a few of my favorite things that I have in my tackle box, starting with our dollar store lure. We've used this in many episodes. You've probably seen it in the Dalmead episode, as well as Eagle Lake, and more recently in our Eleanor Lake episode. And on that video, we recently had a comment asking the lure we were using, so it was just these ones right here. Yeah, you can find these in the dollar stores in the summer. It's Mako brand, and I think they're about $3.50 a pack. They also come in other colors. So in a BC Dollarama, I think we picked up this gray and black one. Looks a little bit like a minnow. And yeah. So the next thing I wanted to go over was the Len Thompson 5 of Diamonds. This is just the normal 5 of Diamonds. This is one of their classic lures. It's one of the very first lures that I actually used. It's great for catching pike. And I believe we used this in our Frenchman River episode, and we caught a ton of pike there, and it was a really great time. So this is another one of my favorites. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was this Swedish lure. We used this in our Bow River Q&A episode, and we caught a couple of rainbow trout. These are really good for trout because of their spinning motion, and they also have this nice metallic side, which catches the eye of the trout really nice in the water. Yeah. So the last thing I wanted to talk about were these little elastic lanyards that we attach to our boat. We use these in almost every one of our episodes. They're really good, so in case you drop something, you're not going to lose it in the water. They have carabiners on the end, so you can attach it to your boat, and this side you can attach anything. So we have some of our gear attached to our life jackets, we have our fishing rods attached to our boat, and this is just really handy. So that's a few pieces of my favorite gear in my tackle box. As Dad said, we're looking forward to seeing some of your favorite pieces of gear. And so if you liked the video, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Until next time, Good fishing.